Edna!
I'm sorry. Do I know you?
It's been nearly 50 years. I'm Lawrence White. I can tell you're a bit shocked to see me.
I just don't know why you'd come here after all this time.
Something you'd rather stay forgotten,
On the contrary, there hasn't been a day that I haven't thought about you. You've been in my prayers every night.
Well, you haven't been in mine. Not that I do much praying. Not sure I believe in heaven and all that stuff. Although I do have some experience of hell, as you might remember.
I'll admit I never expected to see you again. Not in this world, anyway. But I've always known that I would have to face up to what I did to you.
Got bored of waiting, did you? Is that why you sent your friends after me?
I didn't send anyone. They were the ones who wanted to dig up the past. I've always believed that you passed away.
Yes. That was Harold's idea. He seemed to think that when I got out of prison, we could pick up where we left off, and that if you thought I was dead, then you wouldn't suspect anything.
I presume you restarted your relationship when you got out?
He never visited me when I was in prison, because that would have been seen as an admission that he was guilty. I also did plenty of thinking while I was in there, and I realized it couldn't have just been your statement that put me away. He must have spoken out against me as well. Although, by then, I hated him as much as you.
So you gave him up?
He betrayed me. I thought my life was over. But the one thing I learned in prison was that I couldn't let either of you destroy me. I knew my life was worth more than that.
I need it back for tonight, so you'll be all right to work late if you have to.
I was planning on having a few beers, so... If you're paying overtime, then...
Oh, I didn't know that was coming. Everyone seems to have their hand out these days. Here, time and a half, just make sure you do a good job.
I think you ought to have this. I don't even know why I kept it.
It's Harold's.
You have more right to this than me. All these years, you've never loved anyone else.
And have you?
My wife and I met a few years after.
Your wife?
Sadly, she died a few years ago, but I still have my beautiful daughters.
So, Harold was the only man in your life as much as mine?
I can't exactly say that. I was tempted a few times, but my family meant too much to me to risk it. You should have had a family, too.
Yes, well, too late to worry about that.
But it's never too late to learn a lesson, Edna. We've neither of us many years left now. When you look at that watch, you should realize that it's time to stop living in the past and start living for now.